against the Warrington Wolves. Castleford have led only twice at half-time in Super League this year. In round 1 they lost eventually to the Catalan Dragons. In round 5 they led at half-time and they went on to beat the Leeds Rhinos. Now if any Warrington fans need some encouragement, they will remember that they led 14-0 at half-time in the Challenge Cup at Harlequins, but lost by 44 points to 14. It's been that sort of a season for the Castleford Tigers.
They'll feel pretty confident though, especially with scoring just before half-time. By far played the more attractive football. And let's hope that Paul Cullen, for any Warrington fans' sake, has sorted them out, especially in that defensive line.
So they will remember the performance at the Millennium Stadium against the Huddersfield Giants, and after the half-time team talk it all turned around. But can opportunity come knocking twice in the season? Down the wing is straight into the arms of Kevin Penny. Penny was looking to shuffle that ball inside to Chris Hicks, decided the better of it and took the tackle himself. Here is Matt King. He gives it to Hicks.
When you're in a little bit of a hole, you need some of your big players to dig themselves out of it and lift the team. And although the scoreboard says they're 4 points behind, if you had a chart measuring the enthusiasm of these two sides, Warrington would be miles behind. Really, they were off the pace, weren't they, in the first 40. You just need one player to come up with something inspirational, and the effect it has on 12 men around him is massive.
Here's Mark Gleeson. Now it's with Michael Monaghan. Flicks the ball back to Lee Breers, and Breers with a half break, but Owen was on his back.
That's got to be a penalty, and Breers is furious, trying to take his head off there. Little doubt it was a grapple tackle. It'll be a good kick now.
Breers crossfield kick, looking for Vinnie Anderson. Vinnie Anderson can't win the race. It's knocked back, and Adam Fletcher picks it up. That's great play by Castleford and good defence from Warrington. They forced the goal line drop out.
Super stuff. Breers thinking yet again. They thought he was going to kick into that right-hand corner, but it was a crossfield kick. It was a beauty. Anderson nearly got to it. Oh! Just got back in time there, Adam Fletcher, to save the day, but the defence is far too strong. Now then, watch for the grapple tackle here, is it? Comes underneath. I mean... well, he certainly went for it. Didn't convince Ian Smith, the man with the whistle. There's a touch of drama in that. Academy Award, perhaps. Either way.
And he had a little bit of a run at Michael Korkidas and saw the size of him. This is Breers again. Lupton misses him, but the next three don't.
Now, will we see the skill factor from Michael Monaghan? There's a doubt about him before the game. He really has not got himself involved. He has on that occasion.
Plays the ball 10 metres away. This is Mark Gleeson. Gleeson gets Warrington underneath the Castleford posts. Monaghan is their dummy half. Back it comes to Breers. And Breers short ball to Martin Gleeson. Oh, and the pass goes straight into the arms of Luke Dawn. Is it Luke Dawn? No, it's not.
Lupton, I think. Yeah. Well, a golden opportunity there. Lupton found himself out of position, and within seconds is in the right position. That's been a good feature of the Tigers, is the fact that when they've conceded into the tackle, they've got up very quickly, or they've tried to. Westwood all over them.
Here's McGoldrick again. It's a bit more in-your-face defence at the start of this second half from Warrington. They're moving forward as a unit. Korkidas.
Well, there's something they didn't do in the first 40.
That's the last tackle.
Obviously, Paul Cullen has sorted that out. Good option on that blind side.
That was Dawn. Ball going down the line,
kick.
all
Good
the way
kick.
down the line. And Hicks picks it up. It's a great chase as well. It's a wonderful chase from Luke Dawn. Here goes Chris Riley.
The good thing about utilising that blind side for a kick into the corner, if your fellow player, oh, they've got him for offside. If your fellow players are aware that if you move on, they utilise the left-hand side into the corner. If your on rushers on the right-hand side, push him in. It gives the man getting the ball nowhere to go. Bit of a ticking off there by the official, Ian Smith.
Would you class that hairstyle as a mullet? There's some unusual ones in Super League nowadays, aren't there?
There are.
Rats, tails and everything.
The Castleford Tigers, by the way, are on a warning. The referee said unless the captain sorts it out, he will take action. So he's not happy that they're straying offside. This is Braycheck for Warrington. Here is Gleeson. Now it's Rauhihi. Strong run from Rauhihi, but three are there to bring him down.
Much better. Good strong running from the forwards. Give them the platform.
It's Monaghan. There's the pass. Good hands. And Riley for his second try in the corner. Chris Riley levels the matters up for Warrington start of this second half. Well, Castleford concede the penalty and Warrington score the try. And Riley, a full-back at under-18 international academy level, but operating on the wing at the moment for Warrington Wolves. A couple of breaks and 2 tries tonight.
And all set up by eager play by the forwards. Rahi got them into this position. Utilisation of the dummy runner, and the way that Chris Hicks just joined in to the attacking line. Watch for the dummy runner coming through just now, and then Hicks comes into line. They pulled in the winger, and Riley says thank you very much indeed. Inventive play. Beautiful stuff. What a finish.
Yes, he's only 20 years of age, but he knows where that try line is. 2 tries tonight. And Chris Hicks now with the kick to come from way out on the far touchline. And if he kicks this, Warrington will have the lead for the first time tonight. Hicks wearing 2, but of course operating at full back because Stuart Reardon is out for the rest of the season. The second Achilles tendon injury that Warrington have suffered. And Hicks has kicked it. And the Wolves are ahead for the first time, 16-14.
Tremendous play. See how Matt King comes on the angle. He's sucking 2. That means that the winger's got to go through. As soon as Hicks get it, offload. Pretty hands. Pretty to watch too. Second try. He was looking for the hat trick.
McGoldrick restarts. Oh, that's going to sail out on the full. No, it isn't. It would have done, I think, if Riley hadn't have caught it.
Well, it's always a tough decision whether you catch it with your foot over the line, which ensures that it goes out on the full. But he was confident enough to take it, get on the infield.
10 metres, wait.
Well, they had a 2-try scoring burst in the first half. Barely a minute after they'd scored their first. Will they do it again?
Ooh, Westwood was thinking of the offload to Martin Gleeson. Mark Gleeson at dummy half. Good scampering run. Oh, but not the best pass again. Behind the men.
To be fair, though, it really has injected a lot of pace into it with Mark Gleeson out there now. A lot more industrious at the play the ball area. They want to get on with it.
Braycheck plays it. Breers heard the call from the referee that it's the last. Gets the kick away. Bounces the other side of Fletcher. Penny was after that. Matt King misses him. Good run from Fletcher. This gets as far as Mark Gleeson.
Well, that's the second occasion we've seen Lee Breers sidestep, get in and out, and then just kick over the top. Not the best attempt by Matt King. To be fair to the big Australian, he really is going through the horrors at the moment.
What do you think it is, Steve-O? Is it the fact that it's so far away from home? I know his partner is feeling a bit homesick, apparently, but I mean, that must play a part. Hang on, here's Westerman. Plenty of support, Luke Dawn. And Luke Dawn has got to go round Riley. Riley does well.
Oh, he's hurt, I think, Luke Dawn. When he got collected, I think he He's hurt.
That was a try saver from Riley, but is it a try saver complete? Because they have one more tackle remaining. And here is Shenton, and Shenton to the in-goal area, and it runs dead, and credit Chris Riley, because he has scored two, and he has just saved one.
Unbelievable here.
Here's
the
try.
try, Riley straight in, and then gets it, could have put his foot on the line, and then when Dawn makes it away, he just gets a fingertip to him, and in the process, Dawn is not too crash on. Well, it's all action for this kid.
And a flop on Martin Gleeson, and Michael Wainwright, Craig Hubie involved in the tackle. A flop, says the referee.
Oh, what a tremendous kick from Breers. Unbelievable. It's a swirling wind out there. We've had some gusts so strong this afternoon. Breers disgusted, he couldn't get on with it.
This is Westwood.
Hands out, man! Hold! Oh,
Westwood plays it to Mark Gleeson. Here is Braycheck.
10 metres! Hold!
Mark Gleeson again at dummy half. Gives it to Monaghan. Monaghan's short ball to Grix. An offside, and Ned Caddick is going in the bin. They were on the warning. Consistently and persistently offside, according to the referee.
I don't need it, captain here.
Well, he said something to the official as well.
Go away! You've been doing your best. Calm down! We've got an offside call, Ned Caddick. I do not expect that. It's the other card will turn into a red. You need to calm down.
Yeah, he's frustrated, mate.
There's frustration, there's not getting back 10 metres. Get away! Wait!
Well, obviously, Ned Caddick said something out of turn to Ian Smith.
Without a doubt, that is for sure.
Very lucky, according to the referee, not to get the red card. Here is Morley.
4 feet! Go!
Gleeson. Gleeson to Breers. Breers short ball to Martin Gleeson. Good tackle by Dawn. Breers again, dummy half. Here is Westwood. Westwood on his hands and knees. Could play the ball to Mark Gleeson. Mark
Good work from
Gleeson.
Hubie. Hubie got right underneath the ball carried arm. That was excellent stuff.
Look at all those feet over the wrong side of the whitewash. I wish we finished with that, I really do. Poor kick. They've got them for offside. Ryan McGoldrick offside now.
That's the right decision.
Yes?
He's having a good game tonight, Ian Smith.
He
Made
is.
some good decisions. I really like when a referee shows his authority. You're right there, 2 or 3 players with their back foot on the line, not the front foot. But getting back to Ian Smith there, I like it when the referee talks to you with commitment, and he talks to you, tells exactly what he wants you to do without being arrogant and obnoxious.
Braycheck.
2 feet! Wait!
The referee shouting 2 feet to all the defenders. Monaghan. Monaghan wide to Penny! Penny over in the corner. He's a real Jekyll and Hyde, this fellow. A real character. And he's come up with another try. And that's his 5th try of the season against the 12 men, remember, of the Castleford Tigers, with Ned Caddick in the sin bin. But it's another important try for Warrington, and there's a bit of a board meeting going on behind the post now from the Tigers.
Well, indiscipline has been the problem. It was a beautiful long pass by Monaghan. They'd left him in the clear. Kevin Penny. Manna from heaven as far as this fella's concerned. Not so sure about the pinky red boots. Give me a ring. Doubt it.
What about Caddick? Look,
Well, you could
shouting
see,
at the referee.
you can't
furious.
do that. You know, throughout this season, we've had a little bit of this. You know, they've been. I remember the game at St. Helens when they went right up into the face of the referee. We don't have that in our game. Come on, fellas. Give them respect. They may get it wrong. We give them heaps, but we're not the players. The players out there have to respect.
I think the majority do, and we're the envy of the sporting world. We do respect the referees. Players can get a bit frustrated, but you're right, let's keep control.
So Chris Hicks with an important kick for Warrington to improve Kevin Penny's try, and he does so. Great kick from Hicks. It's 22 points to 14. Are Warrington breathing a little easier? I'm not sure. I don't know what you think about Kevin Penny's technique, Steve, by the way, in carrying this ball one-handedly. He was, of course, spotted, wasn't he, playing basketball from all accounts. And it's a basketball carry, one-handed, and he just plonks the ball down. Kadic is in the bin.
I've got a theory, Eddie. Unless you need to, put it down with two hands. If you need to outstretch, talked about Vinnie Anderson in the first half and his grip. If he needed an extra yard, 2 yards, he'd have plonked it down. Two hands for beginners, I always say.
Two hands for the full-time professionals as well, Baz, because if he was playing down in Australia, he would get a real mouthful from his coach. Anywhere near the try line, make sure, no risk of dropping it. It may look fancy. It's the same with diving at times. If you don't need to dive, don't do it.
Vinnie Anderson plays the ball to Mark Gleeson. Breers called for it wide, got it. And Breers goes up the middle on his own, Lee Breers. One-on-one, it's play on, and Breers had the ball stolen from him by Craig Hubie.
Good work. But Lee Breers, as we saw down at the Millennium Stadium, is taking control of this game. It's taking him a long time to warm up. Remember, the beautiful long pass from Monaghan created a try for Penny, and Breers is shifting about, gaining in confidence.
McGoldrick, good ball to Dawn. Penny in the face of the man carrying the football.
Good play by Chris Riley. He's had a belter of a match, hasn't he? The winger.
And Warrington get the tackle in on the last. Castleford in possession though. And Dawn with the kick. Drills it towards Chris Hicks, and Hicks will respond. Good follow-up though by the Tigers.
He's been as solid as a rock, hasn't he, throughout this season, Chris Hicks? One of the favourites here, nearly lost it.
Nearly a mess by Braychek. You know, Chris Hicks probably didn't come over with all the fanfare and the trumpets that others did. But he has, you're right, Steve, he's been a great servant this season so far.
Been outstanding. Most consistent. As I said before, he's made a big difference since coming out. Mark Gleeson.
Breers, ball on the inside, Vinnie Anderson.
He's always zippy around the play the ball area.
Mark Gleeson, Lee Breers, Michael Monaghan. Up it goes. This is a tester for Donlan. King's after him. And King gets him over the line. The ball was grounded. The ball was grounded.
The thing that amazes me so much here about this Warrington side is, where was this performance in the first 40 minutes? Since the second half they've come out, they've tackled far more aggressively, they've kicked the ball more accurately, they've chased their kicks with some real passion and commitment in the side. When they've run with the ball, they've been the one bursting through the tackles and landing on the front and playing the ball quickly. What an amazing turnaround with a 15-minute rest.
Well, it's been like that, Phil, at Warrington for several years. We often refer to them as a yo-yo side.
Westwood, short ball to Breers. Breers gets away from a couple. Got the ball away. Play on, says the referee. Try here. It's that man Hicks. He's not even gone to the video referee. The ball ricocheted out of Breers' arms. It then ricocheted out of the Castleford defender's arms. And Chris Hicks, following up, gets the try underneath the posts.
Well,
but it's a remarkable transformation in this second half, and I know that he's been dodging the bullets this season, but if coaches do anything during the half-time break, you've got to say that Paul Cullen said something special to this Warrington team here.
I think it was a real dressing down. It needed something. Okay, element of luck here. Matt King got to him. I'm not so sure that the official got that correct. I thought the ball carrying arm hit the inside the playing area, not in the in-goal area, but take nothing away from Breers. He wanted to offload, they get the lucky bounce, and Hicks says thank you very much indeed. An old saying, the harder you work, the luckier you become. And Chris Hicks, just a matter of the moment. He's linked in well, and that is the extra two.
Right place, right time for Chris Hicks, 28-14 Warrington. The game has turned around at half-time again, and that is an element of concern for Terry Mattison. 14-0 up in the cup, and they were taken to the cleaners by Harlequins, and Warrington now have scored 18 points in 19 minutes to take control of this game.
But you've got to also look at the fact...
They're a long way from home, Steve-O, those Manly fans, for Chris Hicks and Michael Monaghan.
They love him, he's a great player, don't worry.
He swapped the maroon
but I must say,
for the primrose and blue.
I must say, Eddie, that Terry Mattison will be furious at the fact that, you know, he's got one of his players sent to the sin bin, nearly had him sent off by saying something to the official, and that has changed the name around. Oh, there's a knock on here.
There is Braychek.
Now look at Braychek.
And Braychek's had a go at the referee, and he has been penalised for saying something out of turn.
I can't believe it. What is it, the weather?
It's creeping in, you're right. It is creeping in.
Stop it. And there's only one way to stop it.
Red card.
Yep. Hello, fellas.
The referee's never going to change his mind, so it's no good talking to him. Work hard on righting the wrong that you've done. That's the attitude the players should have, and most of them do.
It's been an expensive 10 minutes in the bin for Ned Caddick. McGoldrick buys the pass to Dawn. Castleford's still not out of this.
Oh, they won't throw the towel in, don't worry, they've still got the quality there. Luke Dawn is playing out of his skin as well, he's trying his damnedest.
And here is Scott Moore. And Scott Moore looking to turn and twist over the line, just short. 12 points Castleford had conceded while Caddick's been off the field. Here's McGoldrick, short ball to Westerman. Westerman is halted, down he goes on the last.
Good work from the big fella Matt King. Ball and old tackle.
It's McGoldrick. Dink over the top. Well claimed by Lee Breers.
Oh, that was a swinging arm.
Referee he was going back. He was going back to mark the 10-metre line. Ian Smith, he didn't see that.
What about the two guys with a little flag in their hand? Come on, fellas.
On the goal with me.
He gets a real wallop here. Poof. Yes, you're right, Eddie. It's been an expensive
penalty again.
Lack of concentration. Discipline is shocking.
And it's Mr. Caddick again.
He's done
At least
10.
he hasn't said anything to the referee this time.
No, he was saying it to himself. Stupidity. I mean, even Ian Smith says, listen, just because he's getting frustrated, don't take it out on me.
Here's Vinnie Anderson.
Well, the Wolves must be feeling confident now if they can get another try that they can just about finish the Tigers off. 14 points in this modern game. It's easy to get back.
Here's Braychek. That's the third tackle for Warrington. John Clark, dummy half, finds Breers. Injection of pace, good ball on the inside to Gleeson. They stop him.
Well spotted by Craig Hubie. He's got through a lot of work as the prop forward.
It's Vinnie Anderson. Back it comes to Monaghan. Quick hands. Morley picked that out of the sky. Last one. Clark to Breers. Shape to kick. Dabs it through now.
It's a knock-on, sorry.
Knock on. No advantage. This will be head and feed. He was on the last, so it'll be a turnover. You could see there Paul Cullen barking out the instructions. Went pretty close to getting it then, you know.
Scott Moore to Caddick. He owes his coach here. And Westwood gets the tackle in on Richard Owen.
Been a wonderful turnaround in defence, hasn't it, from Warrington, we kept saying, and the fact that they were taking a stride forward and then hanging back. They're not doing that now. They're making sure that they're taking 3 or 4 strides. That could have been penalised again.
McGoldrick, that's a little knock on. It's picked up by Griggs. It's picked up by Griggs. And Griggs will go towards the corner and he will get the try. The referee hasn't given it yet. He wants to check whether there were 2 knock-ons in the build-up to this.
Well, this was a hospital pass, wasn't it? Well, Griggs was going for the tackle, and I don't think that's intentional. I think that's going into the tackle. I think that's play on.
Depends how Ben Thaler, the video referee, interprets this.
Well, Katic is swinging the arm round into the tackle. Remember, this is in slow motion at normal speed. I've seen them given as if to say, well, it was involved in the tackle, so that is not classified in the modern day of rugby league.
But Castleford waited, didn't they, for the knock-on verdict? They stopped.
Well, you shouldn't stop. You've got to wait until the whistle.
Correct.
Yeah. I've seen them given. Ben Thaler is the man in charge of the video referee tonight. What will he do?
Well, if it's disallowed, it'll probably be head and feet to Warrington.
Yes, it will. It was Katic that had the first knock on. I think he might give it.
Well, Griggs waits, as they all do here. Tries denied, and it is a scrum to the Warrington Wolves.
I'm not sure about that one, mate. I don't think he's looking at that ball. At any moment of that tackle, just shows great reactions, Griggs, to pick it up and run with it.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. They change the rules and then they ignore them at times.
Just watch his head here. He's not even looking at the ball. He's looking at the player.
He's gone into the tackle. You're right, Baz. I'm with you, Paul. There is... Well, they keep changing the rules and then they just ignore them at times.
Well, there was a contentious video referee decision that went against Warrington last week at Wigan. And there's another one there.
Well, remember the famous one, St Helens in the World Club Challenge a few years ago. That was deemed as not a knock-on. It's all down to interpretation, and Mr Thaler is the boss.
Well, once upon a time, it would always have been deemed to be a knock-on.
Yep, no confusion.
So why mess around with the rule, I suppose?
Well, it's like the 2 feet behind the line, isn't it? It's one thing getting all the rugby league coaches in Super League, you know, with the referee's authority, and then sit down and all through the season they said, it's what the coaches wanted.
Here's Breers. And Breers is halted on the last tackle. Clark to Monaghan. A kick over the top. Oh, and it's knocked backwards, that was. And Westerman starts the counter with Fletcher.
Good work from Penny. Made sure that he went on the outside. Wasn't going to be set up with a step. Slowly but surely, Kevin Penny is learning more and more about this game. Little doubt last season, extremely raw. Still a long way to go. And still an opportunity. There's still plenty of time, you know, for Castleford to get back into this game. All they need is a quick try and just shake the opposition.
Indeed so. That's Peter Lupton. Takes the 4th tackle. They're just over halfway. Moore down the left-hand side with Dawn. Good run here from Richard Owen again. Riley with another important tackle for Warrington. He's hurt himself, Chris Riley. They're screaming for the kick to come out wide, which they do. It's a tester here for Kevin Penny. Shenton gets away from Matt King. Dub to the in-goal area. It's still play on. It's still play on. Oh, he's lost it.
Has it been stolen? No, a knock-on, says the official, Ian Smith. Well, he's come up with 2 tremendous tackles as Matt King in the second half, but he's made a real meal of this. Shenton very quick to bring the touchstones to it. Completely lost confidence, this fella. Australian international.
Breers is struggling by the looks of things. Westwood is jogging his way into the scrum. A very anxious 12.5 minutes coming up. Can Castleford get back into this match? McGoldrick to Luke Dawn. Luke Dawn allowed to run and pass out wide to Wainwright, who will score for the Tigers. What an expensive knock-on that was on their own try line. And they spotted the fact that Breers was struggling out on the far side. And they worked it that way very quickly indeed. Quick thinking by Luke Dawn and company. And Michael Wainwright comes up with the try. And the Fat's back in the fire.
Good stuff as well. Messing around here. Should have made sure of this. Matt King didn't. Gave the possession to the opposition. And right from the scrum base, Dawn, who's had a fine game. Breers, as he does so often, comes out of the line. Why Paul Cullen cannot stop this man going for the intercept is anybody's guess. Flapping at the wind, not the football. Wainwright says, thank you very much indeed. The Tigers are back in this.
And Westerman a few moments ago just shaves the post again. Well, young Joe Westerman puts his hand up and apologises to his teammates, but that was a very difficult kick. Mind you, Hicks kicked one, didn't he? But young Joe will kick many, many more in his career, there's no doubt about that. Just 1 from 4 tonight, but Wainwright's try, and only 10 points in it again.
Nervous times, indeed.
Here's Ryan Boyle.
Back a one.
Again, the Warrington crowd go very quiet.
He's a good young prospect, Ryan Ball. Front row from Castleford here. Ramps up, runs onto the ball at 100 miles an hour.
2, go.
This is Scott Moore.
Tigers become dangerous now, Eddie, because
Yes,
there's nothing to lose. 10 points behind, 10 minutes to go.
It's hey lads hey for them, isn't it? McGoldrick. Oh, great play from McGoldrick. They took the dummy. Luke Dawn is on the inside, and Dawn's going over under the sticks. Luke Dawn for Castleford underneath the sticks. And Terry Matheson will be delighted with the way that his team have bounced back after losing a man in the sin bin in the shape of Ned Katic for 10 minutes. But how about this for a dummy from McGoldrick?
Super stuff. And again, they're aiming their attack at Lee Breers over on that right defensive side of the field of play. Vinnie Anderson, he took the man out wide. Breers couldn't fill in. McGoldrick says, come on, Luke. We're back in this game. At the side of the post.
But it's only the goal kicking now that's the difference. And Westerman makes no mistake with that. It's 5 tries apiece. It's 28 points to 24. And Westerman was desperate for the kicking tee to come on and get this kick taken. Look at him. He took it quickly. He got the points. And Castleford sniffed blood.
What an amazing turnaround. Nearly throughout this game, when a try has been scored within minutes, another one has been plonked down.
Castleford are on the front foot now.
Look at that scoreline. Warrington were just coasting. Remember, Griggs, no try, controversial. Turned down by the video referee Ben Thaler.
And Nick with me. Hold.
Tremendous effort by the Tigers.
It is, and those 12 points when Ned Katic was in the sin bin will maybe come back to haunt the Tigers here.
And again, who do they run at? They're going towards Breers' area. And Gleeson looks tired. They're out on the feet. Warrington.
This is Boyle.
Castleford are feeling this. They know they've got them on the rack.
Last tackle here. Long pass from Westerman to Shenton. A hole's opened up for Shenton. And here is the support from Westerman. Hicks gets the ball, tackle in, but that is Donlan. And the scores are level. Scores are level here. Fantastic stuff from Castleford. Frustration, though, from Warrington and their supporters in particular. And Donlan over next to the sticks. The kicks to come from Westerman, and Castleford will be back in front again.
Amazing. Warrington, and they put the cue on the rack. They thought the game was over. Oh, no, it ain't. Some of them are out on their feet, but they forgot to do one thing, and that's tackle. Adrian Morley, the captain, is trying everything. Back inside. Just have no one at home. Great stuff. Donlan has turned this game around. Boy, this is a pressure kick. It's Craig Hooby.
It is. This to edge Castleford ahead. 28 all. Castleford lead by 2. Listen to this crowd, this Warrington crowd. Donlan's try, Hubie's goal.
This is
under pressure.
So similar to the time when Castleford entertained Warrington at home earlier this year. 30 points all at one time. Drop goal to Castleford with just a couple of minutes to go. They thought they had it won, but Warrington scored at the death to steal a victory. Can they do it again?
Well, can they? Can they do it? 28 points to 30. The Tigers lead, and a drive from Liam Higgins. 6.5 minutes remaining.
And over the last 15 minutes, the Castleford attack has always been onto their left-hand side. They haven't bothered about here on their right. Oh, that was a swinging arm there.
It was from Louis Anderson. The referee said it was off the shoulder. This is Boyle again.
What a
Boyle gets
turnaround.
Castleford to the halfway line when we've had 2 turnarounds, haven't we, in this second half?
Unbelievable.
And they're running it on the last with Luke Dawn.
He's had a
Luke
big
Dawn
game,
has
hasn't he?
got the ball wide. And that's Richard Owen.
Still alive, and he's got a kick in.
Well, that was unbelievable. Here is Chris Hicks.
You're right, Steve, when you said that they've targeted Warrington's right-hand side. Martin Gleeson's had a torrid time. Mistake after mistake, and it is just difficult to cope with all that traffic.
This is Matt King.
Well, the biggest problem for Paul Cullen is, do you drop out Lee Breers? We know that Lee's tendency to come out of the line in defence rather than plug a hole.
This is Monaghan, and Castleford are all over them. Castleford are all over them like a rash.
And
That's
listen,
4 tackles gone.
And listen to the home crowd. They're furious. He's going to need something special. We haven't seen much of the skills of Michael Monaghan.
There he is. Here is Breers. And a little chip over the top, but it's gathered in by the number 15, Craig Hubie.
This will be soak up the time now, and don't worry. Castleford got enough out there skill, especially with Luke Dawn and McGoldrick, to put a kick in just to make sure they try to get the second set of 6 from the dropout.
Wait, Ben. Go.
Moore. And it's Westerman. That's 3 tackles gone. 23 metres away from the line. Castleford try here, and they think it's all over. This is McGoldrick. McGoldrick to Luke Dawn, been dangerous, good ball. They've got numbers out wide. They come back on the inside with Aaron Guttenbeil. And here now is Ryan Boyle. Ryan Boyle is brought to the ground. But they're dangerous every time they come forward, Castleford. And here they come again with McGoldrick. Short ball to Westerman. He spins away from one. And he's taken out by Adrian Morley. This is the last tackle. And Moore will play it back to McGoldrick. It goes wide to Fletcher. Knock on. Knock on. Warrington's still alive, but only just.
Well, they didn't really have to force to try to score the try. Penny did well to get his body in line.
And he's in trouble. He's suffered because of that.
He got a knock on the knee. And really, Terry Mattison would have been getting the message that, come on, just a dink into the... Oh, he's in a lot of trouble, is the lad. Well, it's going to take something special, especially with the Tiger defence.
Yes, they are tigerish. And Lee Penny in.
Look at that, they're allowing him
trouble.
no space at all.
This is Chris Hicks. Through 1, through 2, but the reinforcements are there. Castleford hope that they have learned their lesson from the first match, Easter Monday, when they lost it in the very last minute. Here is Breers. Gone for a 40-20, Lee Breers.
It's going to be close. I reckon he'll go to the video. It's going to be very close.
He's given it. Yes, he has.
That's a massive call from a referee who's about 40 metres away.
They can only see where the kick is taken from.
Yeah.
They can't go to the video to where the ball crosses the line.
The touch judge is a long way behind.
I think the referee makes it regardless of the touches because he comes over the 20-metre line.
Well, it's quick thinking by Lee Breers. He's put his own side in a lot of trouble in his defensive effort.
But here comes
Can he be the
Warrington.
hero again?
Can Matt King be the hero? Matt King is being shuttled towards the sideline. Bray check at dummy half. Kevin Penny nowhere to be seen as Monaghan fires it inside to Louis Anderson. John Clark. 2.25 minutes remaining. Clark to Monaghan. Oh, an interception! And here's Luke Dawn! And Luke Dawn's going to run the length of the field and win this match for the Castleford Tigers. Luke Dawn under the sticks for Castleford. They win the match. Terry Madison applauds them. And there will be fury all around this ground now, apart from at that end. The Castleford Tigers, they have stuck to their guns throughout. They had a horror 10 minutes of this second half when Warrington looked like they'd taken control of the match, when Ned Katic was in the sin bin. But Castleford have come out and they have won. They have taken the game from Warrington, and Luke Dawn's 2 tries are a big part of that.
He had to test it. Monaghan knew they had to come up with something different, and that just about says it all. It's mine. Not only that, this man has been fantastic, especially in the second half. He started so much. It looked as though the Tigers were going to be depleted by the fact that Brent Sherwin has not played tonight, but this fella has dropped into the shoes of the organiser, and 2 tries as well. He knows when he plonks the ball down, and so does the coach. It's victory.
Luke Dawn. Well, they're giving the Warrington crowd, the Warrington players a bit of stick. Breers goes for the short kick-off. Doesn't matter. There's the full-time siren. It is all over. And Guttenbeil takes the last tackle. And the boos ring around this stadium as Kevin Penny leaves the scene on a stretcher. Well, Warrington have lost. Castleford have won, though, a famous victory, their first away win in Super League for, well, 2 years. 2006, 2008, they have lost 13 consecutive away matches in a row. They have come here to Warrington. 4 tries in the last 11 minutes for the Castleford Tigers. Kevin Penny leaving the scene on a stretcher. That is a dreadfully sad sight. But Castleford, they close the gap on the rest at the bottom of the table. And Barry, when they've got their wins, they've been big ones.
They've done really well tonight, Castleford. They lost Brent Sherwin, and a couple of the players might have been looking round in the changing rooms thinking, oh, we're in for a tough day here. But Castleford deserved the victory. They fought hard, they defended well, and they took advantage of some sloppy play by Warrington. And it's a sad sight when you see fans booing their home team. They've got a right to express their opinion, but you know, sometimes the rugby gods conspire against you. Luke Dawn on that last try in particular, he took the option to go for the intercept. Lee Breers has gone for it 3 times and failed. But Castleford again, fantastic performance from them.
Remarkably, Luke Dawn went for an interception last week against Bradford and missed it, and Bradford went on and scored. Well, Luke Dawn now, it's a long time, a week in rugby league. He's won the match for the Tigers, and what's more, he has won the Man of the Match award. And there he is, big smiles, he's talking to Bill.
Luke, you have to wait a while for your first away win. Well, a couple of years for your first away win. There's no more dramatic a way to get it than that.
In there, mate. We always we like to keep them close here at Cass, I think. So, yeah, it makes it exciting for the fans, and we like to do it that way.
It was all going pear-shaped at the start of the second half, wasn't it? They put 18 points on you. Ned Katic got himself sin bin. It looked like going horribly wrong, didn't it?
But it did. They had 1,000 penalties on our line, and you know, we leaked some points, but I thought as a whole we dug in really hard, and you know, I think that's why we got out the other side, because we worked hard for each other, and it came off.
Which is pretty remarkable for a side rooted to the bottom of the table and losing touch with everybody ahead of him, which must say something about the mood in the camp.
Mate, definitely. We're all still good mates, and you know, we're working hard for each other and for the club, and just not getting the results. But if we keep working like that, they're definitely going to come.
Could you quite believe it when that ball landed in your hand? I mean, it looked, you know, they get a 40-20. It looked as though you might buckle, and then it lands in your hand.
Mate, I'm very glad. I think we were in a bit of trouble there defensively, so had to come up with something, and lucky enough, you know, the ball stuck in my hands and no one was chasing me.
Well done, Luke. You get a bottle of fizz. You also get £100 to give to a charity of your choice. Where's that going to go?
Mate, I'll give it to the Rugby League Benevolent Fund.
Well said.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. And let's bring in Joe Westerman. Well, I think it's been a pretty good week for you, or a few days for you, hasn't it? Because big events back home.
Yeah, a little baby. Brooke Elizabeth were born on Tuesday night, so it's been a big week, and I think we've trained hard. We've been needing this, and hopefully now we'll kick on from this win.
Have you had much sleep?
Yeah, I've not been bad. Girlfriend at home, she's doing a good job with her. So
now this will take some. You might have to pinch yourself going away with the points from this.
Oh, I thought we dug in all game. We got a bit slack after the second half, but we dug in, and we've trained hard for it, like I say. So I think we deserve it in the end.
Well done tonight, Joe.
Thanks a lot.
Well, let's bring Coach Terry Madison in, and could you believe that? The way the luck has gone for you this season.
Well, you know, when the scoreline was 28-14, I was shaking my head. I just couldn't believe we were in that position, because I didn't think we were going that bad. And yeah, nothing goes right when you're struggling. But you know, full credit to the boys; they hung in there, and we got what we deserved at the end.
And again, as we saw against Leeds and against Saints, we played some great stuff.
Oh, we can play some footy, there's no doubt about that, but again, it's the other side of our game, which, you know, we can't keep having to chase 30 points, and we had to do that again today. But I thought defensively we were way better than what we have been. They scored 12 points when we were down to 12 men in the sin bin, and nearly the game got away from us. But we had to do a whole heap of defending in that second half, and again, we can only get better.
Were you worried that once again you made the good start and then you seem to lose the momentum that you'd built up?
Yeah, we do, and that's confidence. You know, when things are going against you, you know, we took 20 minutes to get into that lead, and then all of a sudden it goes in 2 minutes. But it's a credit to the boys again. We've been down this road quite a lot of times, and we've gone the other way. So, you know, it's a learning process for us this year, and you know, I'm just glad we can get off that 4 points now and we can move up.
They've earned that, haven't they, after what the players have been through?
It's been tough, yeah, it's been really tough, and again, we haven't helped ourselves with some of our defence, so you know, we'll get a week off next week, and but the boys are all feeling well. We'll get 2 or 3 back from injury, and you know, again, we've done it with a depleted squad, and we lost Matt Cook yesterday as well, so yeah, but again, you know, you can say everything's going against you and all that sort of stuff, but if you come out and you have a dig for each other and give yourself a chance, you know, that's what can happen, and that's what they did today.
Thanks, Terry.
Cheers, mate.
Terry Mattison will savour the moment. It's their first win against Warrington in 2 years. The bottom of the table side has come to Warrington Wolves and has won remarkably by 36 points to 28. They look dead and buried at 28-14 down.